Living alone, especially as you age, is often celebrated as a peaceful and empowering experience. The freedom to do what you want, when you want, without the interruptions or obligations that come with living with others, is undeniably appealing. However, this is only one part of the story. There's another side to living alone in your later years that's seldom talked about, one that you won't fully understand until you're living it. After reading numerous experiences shared across forums and platforms, I've gathered insights that reflect the collective wisdom of those who have walked this path. This isn't just my story. It's a shared reality. And while it's not all doom and gloom, it's undeniably real. Let's explore some of the truths about living alone as an older adult that people don't often tell you, and how to make the most of it. But before we dive in, like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe for more in-depth Stoic wisdom, and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," so we can welcome you personally. 1. You are your own emergency backup. One of the biggest, often unexpected challenges is realizing that you are solely responsible for your safety. There's no one around to notice if something goes wrong. Countless stories highlight this, like people who fell and weren't found for hours or even days because no one was regularly checking on them. One Reddit user shared how they now carry their phone everywhere, even into the shower, just in case of an emergency. While this may seem extreme, it's a precaution many adopt to ensure peace of mind. You might consider investing in a smartwatch or a medical alert system, especially if you live alone in a remote area or without close neighbors. These tools can give you a sense of security while maintaining your independence. I recall reading a post from a woman who installed a key lockbox outside her home, giving trusted friends or family easy access in case of emergencies. Small steps like these can make a huge difference in ensuring you can continue living alone confidently and safely. 2. Loneliness can be a real struggle. Even for introverts. It's a common misconception that introverts thrive in solitude and prefer to live alone, but even those who cherish their alone time can struggle with loneliness, especially as they get older. While introverts may enjoy the quiet and freedom, there comes a point when the absence of regular social interaction starts to weigh heavily. Many older adults who live alone share on forums how their social circles have gradually shrunk over time. Friends have moved away, retired, or passed on, making it more challenging to connect with new people or maintain the same level of companionship they once had. One elderly man shared his experience of going days without speaking to anyone. While he cherished his independence, he missed the simple joys of having someone around to share life's little moments with, whether it was casual banter about the weather or deciding what to have for dinner. This kind of spontaneous interaction is often taken for granted when you have a partner or roommate, but its absence can create a deep sense of isolation. For some, the solution to loneliness has come in the form of a pet. Pets provide a sense of companionship, a routine, and a responsibility that helps fill the void. As one woman on a forum put it, "My cat might not talk, but he's always there when I come home, and that makes all the difference." The presence of a pet, even if they can't hold a conversation, brings a comforting sense of companionship that helps alleviate the weight of solitude. 3. Keeping up with home maintenance can be overwhelming. As we age, one of the lesser talked about challenges of living alone is the sheer effort required to maintain a home. What used to be manageable household chores can suddenly feel like daunting tasks. Simple activities like vacuuming, mowing the lawn, or cleaning out gutters become more exhausting as energy levels diminish with age. Many older adults confess to letting certain chores slip simply because they no longer have the stamina to tackle them. One woman shared how she had a long list of home projects but found herself continually putting them off, not because she didn't care about the upkeep, but because the thought of doing it all alone was overwhelming. If you find yourself in this situation, it's essential not to hesitate to ask for help. Whether it's hiring someone to take care of the more physically demanding chores or enlisting the assistance of friends and family for occasional tasks, reaching out for support can make a world of difference. And if maintaining a large home feels too much, downsizing might be a practical option. A smaller living space means less to manage, fewer chores, and more time to focus on the activities and people that truly matter to you. 4. Your daily routine becomes sacred, and that's perfectly okay. One of the most surprising and comforting aspects of living alone, especially in later years, is how much your daily routine becomes a vital part of your life. Without a partner or housemate to share in spontaneous plans or help with day-to-day tasks, your routine evolves into a steady anchor that gives your day structure and meaning. Many people have shared how these routines become a lifeline, offering a sense of purpose and stability. For instance, a woman in her 70s explained how she begins every morning by playing the same song while making breakfast, a ritual that fills her quiet home with energy and sets a positive tone for her day. Another man talked about how he looked forward to watering his garden each evening, not just because of the plants, but because it provided him with a sense of purpose and order. These seemingly small rituals take on new meaning when you live alone. They are comforting, personal, and offer control in a life where spontaneity might be less frequent. Don't let anyone tell you that having a set routine is restrictive. In fact, it's these moments, the morning coffee on the porch, your afternoon walks, or your favorite evening TV show, that transform everyday life into something special. They allow you to create a rhythm that works for you, giving you a sense of control and calm that is uniquely yours. These routines become the heartbeat of your day, helping you navigate the quiet, solo moments with grace and intention. 5. Cooking for one. Tricky but surprisingly rewarding. Cooking for yourself when living alone, especially in older age, can often feel like more effort than it's worth. Without the need to prepare big meals or feed a family, many people default to frozen dinners or takeout because it's simply easier. However, there's a shift in perspective that can make cooking for one not only manageable, but also incredibly rewarding. Countless people have shared their struggles with this on forums, but one woman summed it up beautifully. Learning to love cooking for yourself can be a game changer. It becomes less about the work involved and more about the care you're putting into yourself. Rather than viewing cooking as a chore, it can be reframed as a small act of self-care. You are nourishing your body and taking the time to craft something just for you. A helpful tip for many is to try batch cooking on weekends, preparing meals that you can portion out and enjoy over a few days. This not only saves time but also reduces the daily pressure of deciding what to eat. Some have even turned cooking into a hobby, experimenting with new recipes and savoring the process. It's a way to connect with yourself and create something meaningful out of the routine. In the end, cooking for one becomes less about the food itself and more about what it represents: self-love, independence, and health. Plus, it's a far healthier and more budget-friendly option than relying on takeout in the long run. The quiet, a blessing and a curse. Silence can be a double-edged sword when you start living alone, especially if you're transitioning from a lively household or a busy job. The quiet often arrives with an intensity that takes many people by surprise. For those accustomed to constant activity, the absence of background noise can feel overwhelmingly stark, particularly in the evenings when the stillness can be most pronounced. Some individuals find solace and peace in this quietude, embracing it as a sanctuary from the chaos of their past lives. For them, the calm is a rare gift, a space to think deeply, reflect on life, and rejuvenate. However, for others, the silence can be disconcerting, leaving them feeling isolated and uneasy. One older woman revealed that she began leaving the radio on in the background while doing household chores to create a comforting buzz that filled the void. Similarly, a man mentioned that he listens to podcasts throughout the day to simulate the presence of conversation and make the solitude more bearable. In this context, finding ways to break the silence becomes essential. Whether it's through music, audiobooks, or the television, incorporating these elements into your daily routine can transform the silence from a daunting void into a more manageable backdrop. On the other hand, learning to embrace and enjoy the quiet, if possible, can offer profound benefits, granting you space to connect with your inner self, recharge, and savor moments of tranquility. The key is to strike a balance that allows you to both appreciate and manage the quiet in a way that enriches your life. Being intentional about physical activity. Living alone, especially as you age, can significantly impact your motivation to stay active. Without the regular encouragement of a partner or housemate to join you for walks or engage in shared activities, it's easy to slip into a more sedentary lifestyle. Many individuals and forums have shared their experiences of noticing a decline in physical fitness after living alone for a while. One man recounted how he gradually stopped his daily walks and began spending more time seated, only realizing how much less active he had become when he started experiencing stiffness in his body. To counteract this tendency, it's crucial to be deliberate about incorporating physical activity into your daily routine. Small, intentional efforts can make a significant difference. Setting daily step goals, engaging in morning stretches, or participating in local fitness classes designed for older adults can help maintain your health. For example, one woman decided to adopt a dog to ensure she stayed active, as the dog's need for regular walks got her moving too. Physical activity doesn't have to be confined to the gym. It can include gardening, dancing around your living room, or opting for stairs over the elevator. Keeping your body in motion not only supports physical health, but also boosts your mood and refreshes your mind. Shifting perceptions of time. Another subtle change that many people don't anticipate when living alone is how their perception of time can transform. Without the external cues provided by a partner's work schedule or children's routines, you might find yourself losing track of days, weeks, or even months. Several individuals have reported feeling as though time either drags on indefinitely or slips away unnoticed. One man shared in a forum how, after retiring and losing his spouse, he frequently lost track of the day and time, revealing the profound impact of losing those daily external markers. The good news is that you have the power to reshape your relationship with time. Establishing a loose, personalized schedule can help create structure. For instance, you might designate specific days for particular tasks, like grocery shopping on Mondays and house cleaning on Thursdays. Others find joy in hobbies that provide anticipation for certain times of the day or week, such as attending a weekly class, gardening in the afternoons, or preparing special Sunday dinners. While it's important to keep track of time, allowing yourself to savor its flow and flexibility can be a rewarding aspect of living alone. This freedom to craft your own routine is a unique opportunity that can enrich your experience. 9. Decluttering takes on new dimensions. When you live alone, the process of decluttering becomes a complex blend of simplicity and challenge. On one side, you don't have to negotiate with others about which items to keep or discard, which can streamline the process. However, on the flip side, each item in your home takes on a more profound personal significance. Every photograph, book, or piece of furniture holds sentimental value, making the act of letting go feel deeply personal and emotional. An insightful comment from an older woman who had lived alone for years illustrates this perfectly. She admitted to holding on to items purely for their sentimental value, even though she acknowledged they were no longer necessary. She reflected on her dilemma. pondering whether it was fair to leave these decisions for someone else to handle after she was gone. Many people in online communities echo her sentiments, revealing that decluttering alone can feel like closing chapters of one's life, as objects are intertwined with personal history. Yet there's also an undeniable sense of liberation in simplifying your space. A man in his late 60s shared how downsizing his belongings not only made his home more manageable, but also provided him with peace of mind. For him, decluttering wasn't about adhering to minimalism for its own sake, but rather about reflecting who he was now rather than who he used to be. Embracing the process means allowing yourself to keep items that still bring joy while letting go of those that no longer serve a purpose. Start small, focusing on one area at a time, and embrace the emotions that arise. Ultimately, this is your space, and you hold the power to shape it in a way that best suits your current self. 10. Creating your own fun. A surprising aspect of living alone as you age is the noticeable decrease in social invitations. It's not necessarily a matter of people caring less, but rather that friends and family are immersed in their own lives, managing families, careers, or relocating. As a result, you might find yourself less included in group activities. This shift can be isolating, as illustrated by a woman who shared that she used to wait for her phone to ring, but eventually realized the importance of taking initiative. Instead of waiting for others to extend invitations, take charge of your social life. Create your own opportunities for connection and enjoyment. This could be as simple as inviting a friend for coffee, starting a book club, or hosting a movie night in your living room. One man in his 60s found joy in organizing a neighborhood walking group that met every Sunday to explore local trails. It kept him engaged and connected while pursuing something he loved. Living alone offers the freedom to design your social experiences around your interests. If you're passionate about crafting, host a DIY night. If you're a fan of a particular TV show, plan a weekly watch party. By being proactive and reaching out, you'll often find that others will reciprocate. Embrace this opportunity to shape your social life to fit your preferences, and you might discover new, fulfilling connections. 11th, prioritizing self-care becomes essential. When living alone can make it all too easy to neglect self-care. Without anyone around to notice if you're stuck in a wardrobe rut or skipping out on nutritious meals, it's easy to slip into a routine where your well-being takes a back seat. Many people living alone share that they sometimes question, "Who am I doing this for?" The answer is simple. You're doing it for yourself. One individual recounted how, after years of solitary living, he found himself cutting corners on daily habits, skipping meals, avoiding showers, and spending excessive time on the couch. He had to remind himself, "I deserve the same care and attention that I would give to someone else." Self-care extends beyond grooming and nutrition. It's also about maintaining your mental health. This means keeping up with medical appointments, ensuring you get adequate rest, and engaging in activities that bring joy. A woman shared her evening ritual of lighting candles, applying a face mask, and diving into a good book. This small act of self-nurture helps her feel valued and cared for. Incorporate self-care into your routine, even when there's no one around to notice. Dress up in the morning, cook meals that delight you, and pamper yourself in ways that uplift you. Living alone, especially as you grow older, may present challenges, but it also offers the opportunity to create a life tailored to your preferences. Remember, it's okay to ask for help, prepare for the unexpected, and lean on others when needed. You've come this far, and there's still so much to anticipate. Surround yourself with what brings you joy: a cherished pet, a blooming garden, or your favorite book. And when tough days arise, remember you're not alone. There's a whole community of individuals navigating similar paths. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments, And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new, subscribe if you have not already to stay updated with our future content. Thank you for watching.